spot, and everybody obviously wants to make the cutoff for playoffs. This will be a very important deciding match in it.
And the junglers will get notability on the ban list first. You can see Miracle and Saint ready to give word to their team, a little bit of help and guidance throughout this pick and ban phase. Both of us coming in here expect us to go to 3. It is going to be a very neck and neck game as it goes, most likely.
All right, so right off the bat, the Rek'Sai is going to be off the table. Proxen's been one of the people who likes to play a lot in Nidalee, Graves. You talk about bringing damage from that role. So they're very comfortable, it looks like, not early round picking a jungler, just banning Rek'Sai to make sure that APX can't get it on their first round in the double pickup. Let's see here, not many top lane bans, honestly. So, and it's like we said, Ray's going to build mostly damage on whatever champion he takes anyways, whether it's Aurelia, Trundle, Fiora has been played a lot by him as well. He's going to be trying to be one of those split pushers. And I'm very excited to see what Seraph decides to try and play in that top lane, since he has been, the shot caller for the team and the one deciding a lot of their in-game map movements as well. Plus he has, one of the biggest champion pools as far as any player, not even just talking about top laners.
They also get kind of the swap ability there with Ninja's pool and Sheriff being able to share quite a bit. The Karma's still out there. You see Keen sometimes taking that, as well as Ninja along with their zillion picks, but the Sivir Speed is going to be the first one, and they pretty much lock in their comp telling to Apex.
That means that, we talk about the bottom lanes speaking English, trying to keep up with the rest of the guys. He'll be able to keep up with Sivir, speed boost everybody. Plus the spell shield is going to be nice for him to try and stay safe. Sivir always also has that strong late game you can rely on. We'll see though, because Sivir was the champion that Lod was playing when Ray went full AD Jarvan and started going on a dunk fest.
It's true. Maybe he knows to hit the gas button a little faster this time to distance himself. It's going to be the Karma lock-in most likely as they hover that one, but kind of deciding on whether they actually want to go for a jungler first or not. They do want their kind of top pick.
Yeah,
to get the chances.
Karma right now, just in the current meta, has been huge, but specifically for Team Envy as well. It is Hakuo's most played support, and it is Ninja's second most played mid laner. So they use it as a flex pick, and either of those guys can use it as well. So definitely a good steal away from Team Envy, taking that off the board. Kind of matching speed as well with Sivir. Not quite matching, but getting some on your side will definitely be a benefit. The other thing is that Ninja's had one of the kind of weirder champion pools of most mid laners. His most played is Lissandra. He's usually the one bringing the engage because Proxen likes to bring some damage, and Seraph has been pretty flexible. This time around though, the Gragas here pretty early, being massed over by Envy. Maybe Proxen decides to switch that up.
Bring out that Lee Sin again, maybe. Always great to watch. He can really control a game quite well, but it's only if the team can get behind each other and they all synergize. We haven't really seen kind of a one-type carry here. They all get behind each other. Keen with Victor. Yeah, he can say, okay, I just want Victor. It is one of his most played up there.
Because they want to save that counter pick for Ray in the top lane. They don't want Seraph to be able to see the matchup early on, and they are going to hide it. Bo Belter, definitely outspoken about the Victor, and everybody feels very, very comfortable early picking, blind picking the Victor. Just all around good wave clear, so fits into anywhere. Ray and the rest of Apex right now are showing a lot of poke though, so I'm very curious as to what Ray's going to round it out with. They may go with that 4-man range squad and then just have Ray off by himself. Envy are showing a lot of versatility in their first 3 picks though, with the Sivir, Gragas, and Braum. Those can be used very, very flexibly for offense or defense. I really like Gragas as one of the most versatile junglers. Very rarely do you bring, possibility of disengage with your jungler. Plus, the body slam flashes are just as reliable on offense.
What will the final one be? Envy hoping to lock theirs in. I believe it did, as there may be a slight bug with the champion select. Visually, it is a Trundle and a Kassadin on the side of Envy to lock this in. So Ninja's going to be taking Kassadin. Trundle for Seraph in the top lane. In the bot, if it's still Azir, Lissandra, and Malzahn.
There we go.
It pops back up.
All right, there we go. We finally see it, and it is going to be that Trundle, as he said, for Seraph up on the top side, all around strong in melee matchups, and that's what Ray has been picking, mostly melee champions.
Do it!
We'll see what he decides to go with this time around. Oh man, they're going to have flashbacks. Lock it in. I think the big thing, though, is that the Kassadin has started to show himself again, a lot in Europe, more across the world as well, but hasn't been too much in North America. It's mostly been Froggen played it, and it does have that weakness of not having the wave clear early against Victor. Victor should be able to push him, but I feel like, especially with teleport, Kassadin should be able to get to his safe spot of level 6. Yeah, maybe Ninja will get down a little bit in farm, but as you transition more towards that late game, they do have the Sivir from the early pick that they had. You can move Sivir into mid lane, have him wave clear, and then go for the 1-3-1, have your Trundle and your Kassadin split pushing. And that looks like what Envy are going to attempt here, as Ray shows a little bit different of a look in the top lane for Apex, with only his second Gnar pick so far this split.
I was hoping, man, I was going to go over and block it in for him.
Yeah, you were saying you wanted another full damage. Full damage Gnar, extremely rare, but if anyone would do it, it would be Ray.
I'm not going to put it past him. We got to see this. Make sure you're on Twitter. Vote for your team. Social media needs your support. Head over. Open up your phones, your PCs. I mean, they're already open. You're watching. Use the hashtag EnvyWin or the hashtag APXWin to join in on the conversation. Envy and Apex trying to move out of the middle of the pack. After this game, one will rise and one will fall, as both trying to fix a lot of wrongs throughout the split here and trying to get that last position to try and fight for playoffs, trying to either get a safe spot as well so they can practice to get that strength for playoffs. We will see what they can do. We're on the Rift here. Now's where that road starts, and it is Envy versus Apex. See how they start this one out. Doran's Blade to start for Ray. There's a little bit of damage. Corrupting Potions mostly on the side of Envy. We're going to see the early wards and line of scrimmage real quick here, as most of the Envy members go top, and Apex will go bottom.
Yeah, the Gnar really does round out Apex's comp, giving them a lot more solid of a team fight. Otherwise, it would be all these Pope champions. Nobody really to be point man in the front. Lane swap wards are going to be placed by both teams, though, as you see Apex also going in on the mini-map to mirror those deep wards that Envy are currently getting down to see if they can swap here.
Sometime, someday, somebody's going to do something different here, Kobe. You're going to be like,
I mean, we've
leave
seen it.
one guy there to kill Apollo.
Especially with Gragas. You can always have those
that's true.
level 1s.
That's
CLG just were able to get that first blood over on the other series. I believe is still going on versus Cloud9. But no such shenanigans here from Proxen or Envy. And they are just going to try and delay as long as they can to reveal themselves on the ward. Gromp start here for both of the duos. Karma going to try and invade here. See if Especially can steal away some small ones. Those ones are worth good money. Just goes for the harass early instead. Hasn't used a mantra yet.
Yep. Oh, he's going for the big one.
Just getting the harass. I mean, you can't,
So close. He held it. He had mantra'd, and then he was like, now, maybe now.
Got a bunch of spell thieves cash, though, there.
Yeah.
See, no surprises there as far as the
another 11 gold.
Keystones.
Another 9. 10.
Adding some extra annoyance to the early laning phase of Kassadin. This is already going to be a little bit frustrating.
I like that, though. He really has nowhere to be, so why not be a nuisance to other people on the map? Heading back down with Apollo for now. You see somewhat of a clear out here as Lod is keeping that wave pushed up.
Yeah, let's see how even they can get. Both teleports from top laners will probably come in on the extra minion. Actually, Envy are going to save theirs, because Seraph is obviously already up with the 3-man squad pushing. So Envy are making a bit of a change here compared to the normal meta that is developed in the North American LCS, where top laners try and soak before using teleport on the first wave that crashes in order to push down that turret. I want to see what Envy, and Seraph specifically, is going to do with his teleport early on, since he didn't soak as much experience.
Still have a while before they take these down. Both teams not with the greatest of tower takers on their sides. Have a little bit of time before all that pans out. Very patient on the bot side, making sure it denies and clears out quite a few. Looks like it's just about to be on the top. Ninja and Keen back and forth, 17 to 20, so keeping it quite even there. No backs for anybody just yet, but Keen does have that exhaust for once they get into the fights. Could really shut down Ninja's day. That was basically even right there. How they mood off this, how do they start putting down the vision, is really what counts.
Well, it looks like Envy have made the choice to hard shove that wave, not freeze it. This is something that Seraph has made the call for quite often, actually. Instead of going for the freeze after taking the turret, they'll usually try and shove it into that secondary one. Ninja, though, getting attacked in mid. Good job by Shrimp holding onto the cocoon there in order to ensure that he does get the summoner out of Kassadin. It looks like it won't matter here because top lane was shoved in all the way to the turret. Apollo and Express will just try and shove it back out. And Seraph still with that teleport advantage.
Ooh, flash body slam gets it. The pillar not gonna be coming in. They say we'll wait. We don't have too much vision beyond that, but a nice try. Ninja also flashing in and a teleport too.
Yeah, Ninja had blown his flash during the earlier gank from Elise, so both mid laners have their flashes blown by ganks from the enemy team, and Seraph still just walking across the entire map here, still holding onto the teleport. This is why a lot of the top laners do blow that teleport super early in the lane swap to protect that minion and get that little extra tempo advantage in the lane swap, because Ray's teleport almost off cooldown here. And Seraph hasn't really been able to take advantage of holding on to that summoner. Not a huge difference, though.
See what Seraph does. Remember yesterday we saw the quick Swifties to get from lane to lane on our trundles.
Well, they are ahead on the second turret trade here, ahead of Apex, as Jhin definitely one of the slower turret destroyers.
Ray's got a long way to walk on this one too. They may actually give up some time here, leave it to Seraph to get pressure on the Dragon, so they'll have that prepped up, and Dragon as well.
Yeah, that should be enough of a advantage in the early lane swap for them to be able to take that Drake, because Ray, the reason he's so far behind, not only does he not have that teleport, but he stopped off at base to buy up that coal. The top laner, the rare top laner coal purchase early on in the game for the Gnar, and it took him a while to catch up and get up to that secondary turret. So Envy are very happy to use that slight timing advantage to pick up that Drake very, very free for them. And Seraph the entire time still sitting in that bottom lane, soaking that experience. I think that's a pretty good trade for Envy. Won't really mean anything for Apex and Ray until that goal pops, which is going to be quite a long time away.
Seraph can afford to sit there all day with 2 pink wards guarding him. Apex put quite a few pink wards on the top side, but really don't have the time to guard them, so it looks like they'll be swept out quite soon. Mainly just for that top turret push down. So they back out. See a little bit of back and forth to mid. Now Ninja hits 6 first. He's able to get that TP back to lane, but doesn't seem like he's able to fully use it. Keen at the turret. 6 hit. It hits 6 himself. And looks like we're actually going to have a quiet time here for quite a few. Call stacking on Lod, as well as Ray just getting one. Looks like we're not going to get usual Ray this game.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect
unfortunate.
All right, to do it. Proxy's
nice
going to get bullied out of technically their jungle, but weak side of the lane swap after the map has been split. I think a pretty big deal actually is that the bottom lane was left on Apex side here with the minions pushed up, and Ray's gonna get down there first, so he should be able to keep it there for a little while. Eventually it is gonna push back out, but pretty safe farming for right now for Apex. see what Envy do, because they're probably going to want to pressure APX and make them break this safe farming that they've got. They've got both side lanes in very comfortable positions, and a Victor mid who can, even at this early stage, do a very good job clearing the minion wave. If APX just play defensively in mid, bring over the Karma as well to help out, they should be able to soak up all 3 lanes right now and start to pull back ahead, as you can see in the gold. Envy previously had a pretty decent lead.
No.
There it is.
Looks like Ninja's gonna start his side lane adventures already. Coming out Dark Seal down to the bottom side as Apex Ray will push that out. And Envy looking to kind of just pressure down mid here.
Yeah, I mean, hovering around this Rift Herald, they want to make use of that pressure, but it wasn't very significant. And Ray's already gained the advantages, of that pushed up lane down there. He's level 5, Seraph's 4, and quickly shoving it back in bottom. There's the 6 popping for him, so Envy don't really have the manpower to actually go for a confrontation now. Ray can try and move up to that top side, and Apex should eventually be able to trade over basically the momentum from that early Drake and Envy got to actually control up on this top side. Elise is definitely one of the stronger junglers at taking the Rift Herald, using the Spiderlings to tank, so that early stages here when it takes a lot of champion help, they don't have to deal with that.
Looks like Ninja's gonna be soaking up CS on the bot lane. It looks like he's gonna tell the team to just breathe right now. Seraph doing the same thing. It's just kind of a pause for Envy. They're happy to clean this up though. Yeah,
these are the windows that you have to take advantage of though, right? Because Apex just shoved up both their side lanes. So now they're the ones that are in the same position Envy were in about 40 seconds ago. And they've got priority. They've got 5 champions who all just went back to base the purchase. Their side lanes are pushed up. It's time to make a move. You either pressure mid, you go for this Rift Herald, you at least get some sort of vision advantage here. Move out onto the map. But right now, Envy are happy to take their turn as the farmers and farm the lanes in their side lanes here with the double teleports ready to fire.
Back and forth. And that's kind of a moment where you can say, this is where a TSM or Immortals would kind of be in the jungle harassing maybe a Proxen, finding him out on his back and forth from top to mid. It's all speculation. There's many little things, but it always seems like there's movement in those games. Whereas these guys are very okay with, you make the first nuke. Maybe we will, only if it's an error. You make the first move.
Yeah, I have to say, especially since Apex has so much pick potential. Like they have the Elise, Jhin, Karma all able to roam around and try and pick someone off there. But fighting that good vision fight currently in order to get the Fog of War advantage so they can do that. Envy are the ones who take the first move after they shove up their side lanes. There's that side pressure.
They've had their eye on it for a while. Doesn't seem like they like the initial movement of Apex though. Too many members and pitter-patter of footsteps on their approach to the Rift Herald.
Yeah, basically both teams just trading the side lanes right now.
Oh, hello. Calling out the curtain. Stand behind me. Hakuo actually gets himself out of range for a few of those shots in Chaos Storm. So a few ultimates coming through from the side of Apex. And none really used to defend there for Envy. They have a chance to get back.
Just Hakuo's flash there as he was able to go in, block a couple bullets, and flash out. Didn't want to take any missing health execution damage. The ultimates pop there from Apex, though, do earn them a significant amount of pressure here in the mid. They were able to bully out the wave clear. The Sivir is the important one. Not going to stick around for too long, though. And again, both teams just trading those side lanes as they push them back and forth. See if Apex can actually utilize that pressure at all. Drake is coming up. The next Drake is going to be another Mountain Drake. And you definitely don't want to give over 2 Mountain Drakes to a team, because that means your Baron baits are really, really scary, as Envy would be able to burn it down.
Perfect for these teams, too, that have kind of slow tower-taking teams. The champions they've selected will benefit greatly from 2 mountains if they can get it both. Single sight stone so far for both teams may equal a bit of the slow movement here. But Envy is now looking, as you said, that dragon is up. Looks like it's a priority.
Yeah. So far, pretty clear. See who can get the steal. Hey, Proxen combos. The double barrel and smite.
got it. That's what counts.
Yeah,
worth.
that does count. Now he won't have smite for the Drake, but because they have that deep vision, it might not matter. Let's see if Apex want to pull the trigger, because they're both very close. And remember, this is the double Mountain Drake for Envy they're going for. Smite's still not up for Proxen.
Shrimp has also smited in that last engage, so they're both fighting it with just auto abilities. Who's gonna get it? That's a big grouping by Envy. They could take some splash damage here. Keen does not have his ultimate just yet. That was a big window. Now it's gonna be Apex that gets back onto it. Back to the auto attack. Smites are still down, and they continue to just stare at each other, dealing slight bits of damage back and forth. Nobody's fallen yet, and the Dragon's getting angry.
Yeah, Proxen's got 20 seconds on his smite. Nobody has the smite.
Oh,
crit!
It's
from the fourth
shot.
Jin bullet is able to get it. In the land of no smites, the man with the auto crit and execution health there, Jin, is king.
Shall be king.
Apollo's able to get that one, and they're going to trade turrets afterwards, it looks like, because Apex are not trying to defend this one. They're shoving up mid, so it'll be secondary here on the side for first turret on mid.
Both teams so back and forth about wanting to take a fight. Say, hey, if we don't have to fight, we can talk it out and just share the dragons. How's that sound?
I think by the time the dragon reset there and it was just hovering around 300 to 400 health for so long, they both realized, oh, his smite is down too. Well, get in there with the Jin auto. Pop that sucker.
The realization was fantastic to watch. Just about 1,000 gold lead here for Apex. They're starting to deny a few things, but Proxen just got the last blue, so it's only right that Apex would get that one back of Envy's. Now back to clearing waves, as we had quite a dance at the Dragon for some time here, and both teams to set that vision back up. Looks like Envy's is still lasting over on Apex's side of the jungle, so process of elimination, they can still find where Apex is. They're in the top side.
Yeah, I think the big thing to remember after all that dancing around Drake as well is that during that whole time, it was Apex who had Ray up in the side lane. So Ray, the whole time all the dancing was going on, was farming minions. That's why Ray, you can see he's got this big CS lead, and he does have the double level lead over Sarah. So that may actually be a factor later on. Envy as a team have been able to catch up in CS by shoving these waves, but there are more minions from Envy out there right now.
That's what Sarah wanted, Kobe. Now he can absorb a level 9 Gnar.
Ah. Well, here we go on the Rift Herald. There is a teleport from Seraph.
Coming in, Hakuo trying to deter on the left side, give him something else to look at. Ninja flying through, a nice cast coming out of Proxen, and they might be able to zero out the rest of the members of Apex. A good scatter by Apex, dodges some abilities, allows them to turn around. They want to use this Gnar to Ray. Can he get over the wall? A red buff would keep people locked down in spot. Shrimp's going to be able to clear one out, but everybody gets a tag onto that. The assist coming through now for Apex as they reset. Look at the fight again and say, yeah, we can take that.
Yep, Apex clean house here. It's a 2-for-1. And they should be able to get control of the minion waves just as they hit the turret. So they finished that fight just as they're able to go get all the gold from the minions as well. Pretty close here, actually, because let's look at the way this one started. Apollo has no flash, so they go straight for him. Braum ult first, able to slow him up a little bit. Great ult there from Proxen to get him down, and Apollo can't get away. Then it's the turn, though, as Apex... Keen there working with the ultimate from Victor, chases 3 members off. And Shrimp decides to flash in. Ray's also going to flash in. It's only that Ray flashes in and tries to get 3 people. Everyone's gone or dead from where he went to go. Gnar ultimate. Ends up getting 2 anyway, though.
Having that early scuttle control helped immensely there. And I was also thinking, I didn't forget, but I was like, dang, Seraph's taking a long time to teleport in. That extra second also gave Apex the extra few steps to get in a good spot there. So
yeah, and remember, it was just a 2-for-1, so it wasn't a huge advantage for Apex.
Right.
The main prize was going to get their minion waves that were about to hit into the turrets, because Envy had both side lanes pushing, and we remain very close here as the dance continues, Riv.
It's going to be a cooldown dance for Apex's side. 3 Lucidity Boots there for Shrimp, Keen, and Apollo.
Well, now it's Ray's turn to teleport in. He still has a significant level advantage. And it looks like the wards are getting cleared out. There still is that one deep one. Lod could get Gnar teleporting right behind him.
On the hunt from Lot, giving the team speed. Ray comes in, a great placement on that ward, and he may be able to wall it down. Seraph gets locked. He can't do much. A four-man Gnar ultimate from Ray after the teleport. He's trying to do his damnedest to stay alive, but he gets him low. The team trying to chase once again. Deja vu through the jungle of Envy, and Apex comes up big again.
Another 2 for 1. They come out a little bit ahead in kills, but with map control. That maybe will be the end of this Rift Herald. I don't know. I don't think so, because Kassadin's coming back out. I guess they're not going to do it. And the guy who started the entire thing here is still alive, so they may just base and return to the scene of the crime. All right, so this is
rinse and repeat.
The third attempt at Rift Herald. Cocoon does miss there. Here comes the opening, though. Teleport at the same time. What's really big here, though, is that a lot of Apex kind of focus on Kassadin and chase him up that side, slash the Rift Herald, and Ray gets a 4-man ult, but nobody's super close, so it's only Keen really adding the damage, and Apex actually barely get that second kill. So this was another very close little team fight with marginal difference as far as what the teams are getting coming out of it. Really, it's been Apex's wards that have now taken over around the Rift Herald after their consecutive victories there. But still, extremely close.
Slowly moving up. They actually have a nice ward line now across the river, so if we see Envy make any moves, Apex is privy, and they'll probably try to take Envy out. You can see them saying, you know what, we haven't been here for quite a while. It's been all fights. There's got to be more wards than us.
Well, mountain number 3. If Apex get this, they'll have 2, and maybe we will see Rift Herald actually go down. They look like they can't quite pull it out. There we go. Got it pulled out all the way, and they should be able to take this. Now the question is, can they defend top side? Because Envy are trying to trade that for this secondary turret right now with a pretty heavy push. Right now, Seraph is getting the red buff. He has teleport and could join if the fight does break out.
As long as Envy doesn't forget that curtain call can be used long range, there's a lot of slowing potential coming from Apex. And they do know that. They get out, they don't waste any time. They know how far they can push it. They get a little something off of losing that dragon. Now 3 mountains, we won't see any more mountains, but they may be infernals next, but it's gonna be an ocean. So we'll get to sustain it.
Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be a super high priority on that one,
right,
as the teams now see which one is going to pop up. Envy actually have done a very good job of setting up the mid game here for their strategy, because they want to have the Sivir wave clearing as they've been doing, you know, for the past 10 minutes there in mid lane. Now both side lanes, there's a clear path for Kassadin and Trundle all the way to inhibitor turrets. So Envy are in a position to try and pull off their 1-3-1. It is going to be a little dangerous because it's hard to get deep wards in with all the mid turrets standing, but that is opened up here. We'll see if Apex can use that long-range Jhin ult and the, you know, pick ability there of Jhin and Elise to try and snag members of Envy as they try and split.
Should work out well with Sivir, just keeping that clear in the mid lane or whatever lane they choose to keep her in. Seraph and Ninja know that they can keep disengaging with On the Hunt. Everything looking good as long as they can kind of keep this rolling in the same fashion. Oh, Paulo. He'll walk himself into quite a bit of danger there. He's just trying to set out some wards. He has protection on the back. Seraph knows that as well. Both teams giving that respect as they go back and forth here.
Yeah, pretty close battle here over the red quadrant jungle. A lot of vision for Envy up on that side, and both teleports are ready. So they have enacted the 1-3-1.
Big finish on the Aegis or Proxen. Oh, help Keen's Chaos Storm slow down a little bit as it ticks against the team in these grouped up fights. 12s around, so you actually have level 11s, I should be saying. That second level of ultimate is hitting for your solo lanes and some of the AD carries.
Now, one thing setting up around mid, there are a couple deep wards that Ray could teleport on. Proxen misses!
What a flash from Keen as well. Both trying their hand at a flashy play. It's going to be Keen going down first as Seraph just puts his eyes on the prize. Ray now in position with the ult up, scoops them back into turret range so they can keep aggro if they attack back. Seraph stays alive in the end, and here comes the curtain call. Who's knocked off the stage first? It's the wallop that misses from Ray. The last shot hits Lot, and as he throws the boomerang back, They force Shrimp into the air. He's got to come down on a member, and he goes down as he comes down. That's going to be Shrimp coming back up. He'll be good at the end. And what a fight that one was.
Yeah.
Continuously at each other's neck here.
Very, very close there on the exit after the turret dive for Team Envy. Seraph barely gets out there with his life. He's been under-leveled the entire game, but Trundle's so stat efficient, just pops his ultimate off, starts biting people, taking away the
Shrimp's GA caught me off guard.
Yep. Shrimp.
Second item.
Not only did they get a kill here, Team Envy, under the turret, but they also were able to pop that GA. That is a very big point. It's a good flash there from Keen, actually. It wasn't a miss from Proxen. And Proxen actually, good presence of mind to pop off the ult right after the answer flash, and they still get Keen. Ray almost gets the answer back there as they lock down Seraph, but even as starved as Seraph has been, able to survive the team fight, and Team Envy got their first decent victory there. No objective afterward, though.
No.
It's just that measly kill gold that went over.
But we're firing on all cylinders now, Kobe. Bot lane's pushing in for Envy. They're trying to engage here to keep Apex off the inhibitor turrets that could be finding minions soon. Envy cannot get into range quick enough, though. All these shields, everything that Apex has to get out, the utility is keeping them safe. Every time the Envy thinks they're getting out as well, they take the curtain call. Power in numbers.
Yeah, man, how did he sneak that bullet past Proxen into Hakuo? But pretty close, actually. Anyway, that mid turret is very weak now for Team Apex, as Envy have been continuing to return to that point to try and battle. Proxen, he just got a little greedy there with that Groggers engage. You wanted to hit 3 people with the ultimate. You end up egging it right in the middle and get nobody. Got to choose one. You know, hitting one is better than tempting for 3.
Oh, what a time for Ninja. 4 flashes down, but the fights just aren't having anybody die. They're not allowing either team to get something off of this. It's basically a stalemate on each fight as they come back limping and just a little bandaged up and do it again.
It's very interesting that Envy have been very quick to collapse from their 1-3-1 also. They haven't gotten their 1-3-1 all the way to the inhibitor turrets. They just get it up, you know, about halfway down the lane and then decide to collapse and go for the actual team fight and hope that, you know, the minions will do work while everyone's fighting in those team fights around the mid lane. You can see they're going to continue with that strategy because Kassadin here, Ninja, is building the Zhonyas. So he's building for that team fight where he can jump in on Kassadin, get his Zhonyas off, go for the target, and have follow-up, be able to survive a bit longer.
Ray doesn't look at all scared to be fighting him in the bot lane as they go toe-to-toe for a second.
Yeah, Zhonya's not too threatening for the split push there, but it's more about that collapse when they can get to the 5-on-5. Right now, NVR just grouping up. You can see the top lane is already pushing for them, so they got it into position. It's slow pushing towards that top side now. They're trying to get the same thing going on bottom, but as you said, Gnar not scared of Ninja at this point and was able to push it out themselves. Drake might actually be the thing that sparks the next fight here, even though it is a later game Ocean Drake.
Yeah. It's something to fight over.
Yeah, might want to draw him out there away from that mid lane turret that Apex have been hugging for the last 10 minutes or so.
Shrimp has to be very careful. 75% cooldown now on his Guardian Angel. Still has quite a bit to go as they get themselves in and out of these little skirmishes.
Apex right now, they're really waiting for the flash to come off cooldown for Ray, because that is their money maker. That is the way that they win a team fight. Until that actually comes up, they're just looking for poke with their poke champions. Now that it is off cooldown, they're drawing out Envy, kind of baiting them here over next to the wall. Vision getting cleared out pretty quickly though, and now Apex are finally pinging that large wave that we mentioned 30 seconds ago that was building on top side. That's that minion wave bomb that Seraph set up 30 seconds ago. It's now about to explode on the inhibitor turret up top. And that's what your work does. It's all about preparation.
I was going to say, this has to feel good when something falls into line in almost a 1-2-3 fashion, right? The top gets pushed, the turret goes down, and since they're drawn to the top side, we get bottom. Usually one and maybe a half of those things happen, and then people start dying all over.
Yeah, it's such a old strategy here. A couple years, you know, people have been doing that, but Seraph bringing it back, and the minion wave bomb earns them that Ocean Drake, and they finally get to topple the mid lane turret as well. So some good preparation there, good strategy from Envy to move along this mid game and try and get themselves evened up on the Drake count. Apex though, it's not a very big loss as far as the gold, very even now, and they can very easily win the team fight. Really, this game is much more about setting up for that big team fight. Back to the split push there for Ninja. But again, Gnar is not afraid. He's got his Hex Drinker. That's all he needs as far as magic resistance to feel comfortable here. And Ray gets to soak up a bunch of cash. Still holding that 2-level lead, by the way, over Seraph for the majority of the game.
Nice dodge. That really could have meant bad things for Seraph. Scuttle control over to Proxen. Chewing up some spiders and wards. They're going to head out of that one pretty much unscathed.
Yeah, I mean, look at the work that Envy have done to clear out all the Apex vision. They know that the big comeback here, or the big change for Apex, is going to come from a pick with the Elise, Jin, or Karma.
Yep.
And they're trying to get vision all around mid so that doesn't happen to them. Really done a pretty good job, actually. If we toggle Fog of War even, you feel very safe as this Envy squad in your 1-3-1. Still have your Sivir mid, still wave clearing over and over. Kassadin and Trundle, you know, trading off, trying to position Trundle in the Gnar lane rather than Kassadin.
Yep. Also seeing Ray on this tank. Like we said, one Gnar play before, now onto the Gnar. Not as much as aggressive with damage dealing and building glass cannon, but he's still holding his own.
Yeah.
249 to 169. He's been the benefactor of all these waves being pushed in.
Yep. And we're seeing right now the changes that have occurred in the meta. You don't really 1-3-1 anymore to actually end the game by split pushing. You 1-3-1 now to split push and set up for the ensuing objective and get some extra pressure so that you make your opponent make these decisions what they're going to trade. One of those big minion waves, you know, a little bit of vision, and that little bit of vision can turn an entire team fight if you get a great setup. One of these teams getting a pick, chase down. That's what they're really trying to set up with all this preparation that they're doing in the side lanes. Ray again though, constantly there on the Gnar, highest level in the entire game, level 15. He's feeling very, very confident.
Apex's defensive movements here have just been stalling Envy. It seems like, as you said, with Envy leaving the wave just a bit outside the turret, it's easily cleaned up. Apex is back in a position and nothing is moving forward here. These are where these stalemates happen, where we question the teams in the middle of the pack. How can they break this open now? What can they do?
Baron will break that open. They're going for the bait here. Do have a lot of
what we need.
Apex are going to take it here, stop the Baron, and try and disengage.
Gravity field, Seraph makes it out, throws the pillar down, and they're actually going to disengage by using quite a few ultimates here. Curtain Call doesn't look like it's going to keep anybody in range.
Ray got somebody though. Ray killed somebody, and it was
Lod going down. Ray is actually huge. He gets a double knock up into the wall. The gravity field pulls him back in, and Proxen has to leave Ninja, and it's actually Proxen that's out to dry on this one, getting chased by Shrimp. Ninja's trying to rift walk up to give him something else to look at, but there's only so many ways you can go from there.
And
Shrimp is not confused about it.
The attempted slalom there from Gragas. Can't juke out the cocoon, but I have to say, play of the game from Ray. Coming from the side there, flanking on Gnar, gets the kill on the AD carry, collapses, cuts off Team Envy, earns them the Baron.
Seraph is cleaning up wolves. That's why you
Constellation Wolves.
Gotta take everything you can when that happens. What a play coming off of Apex. Not even catching Ray in the beginning, just absolutely finds Lod. And we've seen this before where the AD carry too far behind the team or in front of the team and nobody's really helping.
All right, there it is.
Seraph's doing
100 damage still to Lod. Then he's gonna get over here. Oh, look, two people next to the wall. Just on the edge of the Gnar ultimate, flash is just in range. Then the gravity field, it sets up gravity field perfectly Keen's able to get just the edge of that as well for the extra double stun. Lock up. Proxen can't dodge a cocoon because Shrimp is right next to him. You know, good luck there, and that is going to be Apex breaking the game wide open. As we said, Riv, it's all about the setup for that big collapse in this game, and that was the crucial moment. That was the play that turns the entire face of this game. Now it's Baron buff for Apex, and can they actually make this Baron power play worth it? They need to get a lot of those secondary turrets because the extra cash is what's going to fuel them towards the end game here. Trying to shove them off the turret right now, not looking for any kills. And that does work. There goes that turret.
Ray slowly pushing up the bot lane. It looks like he's going to actually back and get the top lane set for his team as well. Bottom lane's already there. He's got other work to do. So as Ray heads top, we're going to see what happens to the team in the bot lane. Apex has been very aggressive right now. We'll see if they can disengage, if they get hit 5v5, or if Ray can get another flank in. He did not have to teleport into that last fight. He basically walked right on top of Lodge. Apex still plays it safe. Looks like the Ocean Drake will be theirs, so if we do get to that Elder Drake time, they'll now have 3 to stack.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what this one's all about.
Right.
34-minute Ocean Drake will give them a bit of sustain, but Envy aren't really running poke here, so they're more about chasing people down with the extra speed and casting in. Mostly going to be the all-in engages. Ray, though, there's the man on top of the world at the moment, level 18.
He's looking into the horizon, too. 310 CS to Seraph's 209.
And he's done it. Flame Horizon for Ray. Play of the game. He's got gold medals in all categories. They also have really deep vision here for Apex across both the jungle quadrants, so they're gonna try and close in on the last secondary turret, and they've gotten a lot of money off of that play.
He's the only 18 in the game right now. He's 2 levels ahead his own mid laner.
Will
level 18 keep you alive? The bar is not there for Ray, but the team is, and that's what counts. The lock-in from the tether hits Seraph, and they're only going to be able to put a bit more on. The lock-in of the Iron Solari trying to stave off a bit of the damage, and a lot of flashes, everything in defense being blown by Envy, which means their turrets may follow. Seraph steps up to see what was happening on the other side of the wall, and he gets thrown right into the fight. Shrimp takes the turret down, takes down Seraph as well with the rest of the team, and they're looking to go for more, Kobe.
Yep, already inside the base here, and Apex are going to get chased off, but they accomplished more than they even wanted to right there. That was just an attempt at the secondary turret, but Ray kind of baits everybody and Envy with the trailing people getting caught there opens up the inhibitor as well. See, Ray, you don't have to build full damage. He's still able to be the most influential player in the game.
He's backing right now with 2.3. 2,300 gold. He spent it already.
He had also
Pawns out. He's 4K ahead of his laner. 5K.
He had little parts of 3 separate items for a while here too. Now he can start completing all of them at once. Black Cleaver done. Randuin's done. He's almost capped out actually. Well, that's good news for Envy because they're looking towards the very end game. Envy right now are thinking farm for late. We need to restabilize here. Try and get super. I mean, basically just try and even up on levels because there's no more levels Ray can get, and there's no more item slots for him. All he can do is turn that Hex Drinker into the Maw. So they can try and get themselves to level 18, then maybe they come out ahead. You want it to come down to a late game team fight, basically, if you're Team Envy now.
It's that hold on moment.
Yeah.
You get that inspirational cat poster. Just hang in there. You're good. Helps you believe, puts a smile on your face, and you're good to go. 37 minutes into this, 3-8. The kills aren't that high, but it's been Apex kind of getting these fights back and forth and then grabbing a little bit each time, moving the vision forward each time, and it's slowly mounting to this lead.
And I have to say, if Envy do come back in this, it's going to need to be Lod surviving the whole team fight. That Sivir is getting to the scary point right now. You know, has those 3 main items, you know, the Essence Reaver and the Infinity Edge with Phantom Dancer all enhancing each other. plus the last Whisper came in already. So Lod can do a lot of damage, and there's a possibility of carrying that team fight if they can have him at that 100% 80 carry uptime and keep him safe in the backside.
Got 2 Flame Horizons this game. Lod with 400 now. Get cooked up by the sun here.
Lod is most important person here for Team Envy.
He's about the only one that can clear these waves, though. Once Apex gets to the turret, you can see just how difficult his job is with everybody else trying to help the side lanes. Ray almost unstoppable here, and he may just be, if we see in this next fight that he doesn't go down. Coming up on 40 minutes, looks like the final 2 inhibitors are in the eyes of Apex.
Oh yeah, Ray knows who his target is. It's him versus Lod right now. Can he get in there? And if they take out Lod, well, here comes the opener. Zoning for the...
All right, Ninja trying to play distraction with the Zanyas. Can he rift out of this one? They actually follow the rift as he goes against the wall. Shrimp tries to get the volatile Spiderling to kill him. Over to Seraph. He's getting hit up as Ray gets exhausted out of the fight. He gets a good bounce out, though. And Apex...
Nobody died!
Envy came in, but Apex pushed them out. And yes, Kobe, nobody died.
Baron's coming up, though, and Apex have been able to keep Envy inside their base that all the vision has pretty much timed out. So Apex move over to take the Baron, and next time they'll be knocking at the doors with that purple buff.
Just double lock it on the side of Envy here for shields. Also, you can stack those on each other if you're within range of the owners. Okay, so not too shabby. Apex picks up Baron. This makes it that much harder for wave clear on Envy, and that much better for Apex.
Yeah, Envy do hang on, though. That's what they're looking for here. They're able to hold the line. They only have 1 inhibitor down. That is defensible. Once you break down 2, especially with that amount of gold lead that Apex have, that really becomes the point where it's super difficult coming back. But Envy have bought themselves a small amount of time. Let's see if Lod can stay alive without flash this time. No flashes for anybody except for Hakuo, by the way. All right, here come Apex round 2.
Ray just steps in from the side and says, I'll take this, thank you very much. Seraph has to get back through the gate. Could use a bit of healing. This is the push off here. Ray is just being the front man. He's the bodyguard right now for the entire team. They don't even want the fight. They don't get the inhibitor.
Yep, no more minions here.
They'll be back, though.
Get chased out a little bit.
Whoa, Shrimp going in. I don't think the team fully wanted this. Glacial Fissure somewhat separates, and Shrimp may be closed in on this one. Guardian Angel could be protected from the team. How much do Apex want this? They're right on top of Shrimp. He can't get out alive, even with the shield from Xpecial. Ray is still on the side, and they're trying to chase down the Squishy members. They don't care about Ray. They can take him out 5v1. They're on to Keen now, and he's going to get dropped down as Seraph bites down. Now they can go for Ray. Last member standing, and he's going to be chased out. What work can Envy do now in a map that's been fully pushed into them in the last 10 minutes?
Well, they have to have somebody defend because that big wave is going to kill a Nexus turret if left unattended. Ninja goes back to try and clear it, and he's going to do his best, but that should be Elder Dragon. And remember, there's 2 Drakes for Envy.
Yes.
So this is a decent boost, and I have to say, Lod stayed up. But it was really Ninja. Ninja was on the forefront of that fight. He was chasing on Cassidy. He was able to Zonias and zone for a long time there for the backline. Let's take a look, because it is Shrimp who gets caught.
Right.
Shrimp goes aggressive. They already had the main objective. That inhibitor was down. Then a great ult here from Proxen. They get him back in. This is the GA. And Apex, they commit to defending the GA.
Yeah.
Envy turn it around. Lod gets like 2 crits right there, pretty easy on the reset, and then it's the chase. Ninja's in there. He's able to take out Xpecial very quickly. Zonya's here, not able to go down, and Apollo gets taken out very quickly. Jin has a very hard time later in the game with those big tanks like Trundle right in front of his face.
Yeah.
Not much he can do at all, and Seraph did his job, standing right in front of him, allowing the backline to follow up. You can't get away. We talked about the chase potential of Cassidy, Trundle, and Sivir, especially with Gragas as well. All of them very good at chasing opponents down.
Yeah,
if
everybody
the
enables each
fails.
other. Everybody enables each other, and 3,000 gold lead shrunk a little bit there by Envy, but Apex still knocking at the front door.
Look at this though, 2 inhibitors down, and Apex are sneaking through the jungle. They want to go for the base race back door, it looks like. Ray was the only one with Baron buff, there wouldn't be any minions, so
Yeah.
they'd have to cut through the added defenses of the Nexus turrets, and they decide better of it as Envy are shoving up mid. This is what we expected from this game, Riv. Two of the teams so close in the standings, fighting it out here, trying to establish dominance for the 5th place.
Yep. And we saw that Envy also knew they needed to wait out that level 18 Ray. They matched most of the other members on the field, and now they can actually take those fights all the way outside their base with 2 inhibitors down. Not something you're usually saying for a team, but Envy still trying to put a mark on this rift here while they're kind of in shambles. Waiting for these inhibitors to come back up. There actually shouldn't be too much time. Halfway for the top and just over halfway for their middle inhibitor.
All right, we got to be very careful now for both teams as this game has gotten past the middle stages. We're in late game. What matters now is setting up your team fight, and do you have your items ready? Like, there's 2 Guardian Angel passives now ready for Team Envy, whereas Shrimps is still down from that previous engagement. So there are basically 7 lives on the side of Team Envy versus 5 for Apex. Apex still have those 2 inhibitors to their advantage, though, so minions are going to try and make up for those extra lives, and this is going to be the crucial team fight. Proxen looking for another great Gragas ultimate to separate somebody into the team.
Toby, it's been absolutely ridiculous how many back and forths we've had at the Nexus. A team rushing all the way down after a glorious 40-minute fight to be able to take another Nexus, or it gets stopped once again. It has just been mounting and mounting how many we've seen.
And your eyes are still going to be on Laud in the team fight. He goes up to clear the wave, then Sivir ults down. It's Envy going aggressive.
Oh, a 3-man pop-up with that flash body slam. It's going to be Proxen very low. They chase Ray out immediately, and they're trying to head for the rest of the team. Zanya's in the gravity field, and it doesn't fully lock him down. Ninja falls, though, immediately to Apollo as he gets a shot off. Now they're able to call the curtain down, and that may be it. Apex moves forward. The boomerang just hits on the outside, but it doesn't slow down enough. If Seraph can stay alive here, they may have enough tank, but he goes down, and Apex can look at any lane.
That's going to be it. The minions are on Nexus turret right now, and as you said, Apex can look at any lane. They can move right in bottom and move to finish it off here. Apollo stays alive. Ninja was pretty much on a one-man mission in the back line. No one could get back there to join him. Apex were able to keep Apollo up, able to take down Ninja, and once Ninja broke, the entire line there for Envy starts to crumble. Apex looking to close it in.
Laud not wanting to get into range just yet. He knows he has the damage to bounce around with those ricochets and maybe change the mind of Apex. 9 seconds on Ninja to jump around. One Nexus turret falls. The other one's already very low from minion damage. They're going to be onto the Nexus. 2 seconds for Ninja. I don't know if it's going to be enough time, and it will not. The final hits from Ray and Shrimp on the right side of the Nexus. In a back and forth bloody game.